Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Emily, I do nails. I'm also the owner of Sunflower Nails on Etsy. In today's video, sorry about my dog barking, but in today's video I will be letting Chat GPT design me a nail set. I did this and then I just went into Procreate and created my own design using Chat GPT's like prompts in that. So that is what I did. I am so sorry for how I look. Right now, I don't feel the greatest, so I just thought I'd hurry and get this video up, and yeah, so I'll talk to you guys at the end. Hope you guys enjoy. So starting off on Chat GPT, I'm going to have it create me a trendy nail style. I did end up scrapping this, but I just wanted to see what it would give me. So I said create me a trendy nail art design. It did that. I didn't love how it was because I wanted more of a Halloween theme. As you know, I love doing Halloween nails. I typed in, can you create me a spooky nail art design? And it went ahead and did that for me. And I just read what it told me to do. And then I ended up going into my Procreate and creating that design how I envisioned it on Procreate and tweaking a few things just so it looks a little more cohesive together. But that is what I did. It asked me I asked it what shape also, and it did say stiletto, ballerina / coffin, or almond. I ended up having a client that would want these, so I went ahead and just did their request, which happened to be a ballerina tip, so that's the tip I did. So yeah. So now starting on the actual nails, I went ahead and prepped the nail tips and got them ready for my client. And I went in with this black gel polish by Beetles and went ahead and painted that on the thumbnail, the pointer nail, and the ring finger as the base coat. And I, of course, put 2 layers of that on. And then I'm going to go ahead and mix up the gray because I don't personally have a gray. You can definitely get a gray that I mixed up, but I didn't have it and I was just using what I had. So I went ahead and mixed like 1 part white, 1 part black, and then added a little tiny bit more black just to make it a little bit darker. And then I went in on the thumb to do another coat of black, and it ended up not being fully cured, so I did have to stick that thumbnail back in to get it to fully cure because it had so many bumps in it. So I ended up, I think, wiping it and then redoing the first coat and doing a second coat, and then I ended up doing the second coat on the other nails. And now I'm going to go in with that dark gray I was talking about, and just I ended up having to put like 3 layers of this dark gray on the middle and pinky just to create a solid nail and get it prepped for nail art. went ahead and tried to use this Beetle Glossy Top Coat to do the chrome on the pointer finger. It didn't end up working, so I went back to my OG that is by Red Carpet. So I definitely recommend that. I just wanted to keep this in to show you that this does not work very well with chrome. I don't know why, but it just doesn't, and I never got it to work. So it works relatively good, but it just wipes off if you go to try and wipe it off, the extra chrome. So just keep that in mind. I did end up going in with the red carpet top coat off camera, and then I'm going to go in with my red chrome and just cover that whole nail in red chrome. I did end up showing you what happened with that chrome. Like I said, it just wouldn't fully cover and stick to the whole thing, and I had to like really rub it, and even when I did that, it would lift in other places. So I just ended up going back to the red carpet top coat that I used, and it's the best stuff, I think, personally, for this chrome. It actually makes it chrome and not like sparkly. I went ahead and went in with my red carpet top coat. This is my chrome designated top coat. Yes, I used the chrome designated top coat for the base, but it's like an instant chrome, so it's like made for the chrome, which makes doing an isolated chrome and all those so much easier. So, and they just end up looking so much better. Now that the top coat is cured, I'm going to go ahead and draw those bats that I showed you in the drawing. I went ahead and drew a smile line that I was happy with, and then I just am creating 2 spikes, and then I ended up rounding it off at the top and then pointing it down at the bottom, and then you just want to create a bat. I definitely recommend going to another video to watch the tutorial on how they do it, because I just don't know how the best way to explain this. But I just did 2 spikes and then rounded it out, and then at the bottom of the spikes, like coming straight down from the spikes, I did it to a point, and then I curved it up, just created like little scallops up to the corner of each of the wings. And then I am going to repeat basically that same step, but in a smaller version in the corner of this nail to create a second bat. Now going in on the thumbnail, I'm going to take this not isopropyl alcohol, acetone, and wipe that black thumbnail down really well because I'm doing isolated chrome, and so you want like a really smooth non-stick surface. So I'm just going to go wipe that really well with acetone, and then I'm going to go ahead and draw those blood drips in that glossy top coat that I used previously. I used the red carpet top coat. Again, as always, everything's linked down below, but I'm going to go ahead and draw those blood drips and then cure it for 30 seconds because you don't want to cure it the full 60. So it's still tacky enough that it sticks, the chrome sticks to it. Now going in and rubbing that chrome on the top coat that I just drew. You want to rub it in really well and then take a makeup wedge and wipe it off. I do this for all my chrome designs. If you go back and watch any of the other videos I have chrome in, I do this every single time, or at least I try to do it every single time. Sometimes I forget, and then they end up coming out super like stray glitters everywhere and everything like that. So you just want to make sure it's rubbed in, and then you take the makeup wedge and wipe off all the extra. Don't mind my nails in this video. I was working on getting a new set on, and I wanted to get this recorded as soon as possible, so don't mind my nails. After applying the chrome, I'm going to go ahead and top coat that full nail and get it ready. And that one is that done. So right at the end, I'm going to end up top coating all of them just to seal all of it in. But that's how that one turned out. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on the middle finger, I believe, because I should be going in order. Just kidding. It's the ring finger. Half the time I don't know what my brain's thinking when I'm doing these, so I'm going to go ahead and do the ring finger. The ring finger, I'm just going to go in with this white Beetles gel. And I'm going to use that white gel to create a spider web. I'm going to take my really thin nail art brush and draw a line down the center, and then on the one side of that line I'm going to create 3 to 4 more lines coming out from the center of that line to create a spider web, and then just draw little curves to connect all the lines together like a spider web looks like. And then on the other side I'm just going to draw one straight line down to make a rhinestone spider, as I will show you how to do that in a minute. once that is cured, I'm going to go ahead and use these purple rhinestones that I got from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to use this size and the smaller size, so like a medium rhinestone and then a smaller one for the head, and I'm going to just put those, the bigger one on top and the smaller one on the bottom. The bigger one's the spider's butt and the smaller one's the head, and then I'm going to go ahead and cure that and then create the legs just by doing 4 small lines out, and then 2 of those lines straight back and 2 lines straight forward on both sides. Once that is cured, I'm going to go ahead and go into the middle finger, and this one's going to be a cute little ghost. So I'm going to take that white gel polish again and create just a super light gray by adding the tiniest amount of black to that white, and this is going to be the background to create more of a 3D look to it. I just take the literallyest tiny bit of black gel and mix it together with the white to create that light gray. And then I'm going to just create a ghost shape. It can just be kind of a blob. It doesn't matter how it looks. And then I'm going to go over top of that with the white and just leave a sliver of that gray behind, just to create more of a 3D effect without it being 3D. And I am curing in between the gray and the white, as always, because you don't want to layer it over. It will just end up mixing together. And then I'm just going to use that same black that I've been using for this whole set and create 2 dots for the eyes and like a elongated dot for the mouth. Now for the pinky, I'm going to go in with this black sparkly gel polish from Beetles. Again, I like Beetles a lot. And I'm just going to fill in half of the nail, of the pinky nail, and then just take my liner brush and just try and feather that out really nicely. I do end up taking the gel polish brush and just wiping as much of as I can of that black off, and then using that to kind of feather it out even more. That's how I create an ombre the easy way, it doesn't look nearly as nice. It would look better if I covered it up, but at the same time, it's a way of doing it so I don't have to pull an airbrush machine out, because sometimes those airbrush machines are just not the easiest thing to work with, especially mine because it keeps dying. But that's how I do it also if I'm using sparkly, because it's usually pretty easy to ombre sparkles out. Then I'm going to just apply another coat to the very top of that and feather it out again just to make sure it's really solid black sparkle. And then I'm going to go ahead and top coat the rest of those nails with my Beetles top coat, and then they are complete. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below more nail ideas you would like to see. Definitely comment down below some fall ideas you would like to see me do, because that's coming up. I have videos for the rest of the Halloween season. So yeah, go ahead and leave comments down below of some fall nail ideas you would like to see. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, check out all my social medias down below. I would love to see you there. Also, along with my Etsy, it is also linked down below. I would love to make a set of nails for you. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you. See you guys next week. Bye. Chat GPT decide my nail design. Oh, hi, dear. I just witnessed deer passing, so that was fun. Anyways, it scared me a little bit, not gonna lie. But anyways, I decided to go on chat. Oh, hi, kitty. Oh my god.